Space sector.
Space.
At AstroAgency, we're on a mission to change the perception of space. While some people grew up thinking about it as the final frontier, galaxies far, far away, the reality of space today is very different and more connected to our daily lives than ever.
We work with clients that all either work directly in the space industry or somehow connected to it. Some are manufacturing satellite components, others are operating constellations of satellites in orbit, beaming data back down to us, others are using that data to solve problems here on Earth. The last few decades have seen a massive increase in space activity. Companies, countries, universities are all taking advantage of new space technologies and economies to establish their presence in orbit, which, it turns out, is a perfect vantage point for our planet.
So ever since that famous image of an Earthrise, we've been looking back, trying to make sense of our world. And now satellite technology, we rely on it so much. You know, it supports so many other sectors, from forestry and maritime, transport and logistics, energy, finance sector, for much of our communications, for navigation, for tackling climate change.
So it's by using satellite imagery and data, combining it with AI, that we can actually put tools in the hands of decision makers and policy makers that allow them to be more resilient, better prepared in order to protect our people, but also protect our land.
Discovery science, exploration, looking down at the Earth, communicating, navigating, they're all part of what we do to make our lives better on Earth, and they're all driven by space.
And the whole system that is now enabling that gigantic space economy is getting more interesting in recent years, with more and more companies, organisations getting involved, more objects being put into orbit.
It's a really growing industry, particularly in the UK. Actually, we have some real strengths, so you can see that you can have a career that spans decades in this sort of evolving field.
So many companies can benefit, and it's our job to show those companies how they can benefit and how they can use space data to improve their workflow, to improve their problem-solving capabilities, and also ultimately improve their bottom line.
The AstroAgency management team all worked in the space industry previously, so we'd really recognised that need to break through the space bubble, as we call it, and reach these new audiences. It's not just about helping space companies speak to other space companies, sometimes it is, but it's often about reaching these adjacent sectors and finding those end users and those application areas for space, and indeed reaching the public to let people know of the opportunities to be part of this industry.
If you are trying to communicate about space within the space sector, you're preaching to the converted, right? And so what you have to do is you have to reach people outside of that and use space and use science and technology and engineering as a vehicle to spark interest in young minds about, not just necessarily about space, but about science generally.
We've helped clients with everything from hosting events to running ad campaigns, from business consultancy to strategic workshops. While you focus on improving your technology, we help promote your message and reach the right target audiences.
It's not just marketing and communications, it's also market intelligence. So you're constantly learning, and you're learning from a bunch of people who also really enjoy space, and you're always promoting and talking about space and how exciting it is. And that's something that I've always loved since I was a kid, and I'm really excited to do that for future generations as well.
That's why AstroAgency is such an important company, because it is this node that brings people together and connects people. It's kind of what the industry needs, and it's what the industry is about. It brings human beings together.
Through working with over 70 clients, we are playing a unique role in building a vibrant space economy, and we invite you to come and be part of this exciting and rapidly growing industry.